couple of months after the launch, the CMF Phone 2 Pro has finally settled into the hands of real users. But is it indeed the new golden standard for budget smartphones? Let's inspect. Yeah, it's been a while since the official launch, and already emotions start to settle down, and undeniably, Carol Pei is a mastermind about creating hype. Therefore, the question today is whether we can put all these emotions aside and focus on what is really important about the CMF Phone 2 Pro. And focus on its strong and weak sides, and one thing I can tell you for sure, it is by no means something that I can call a pro, but on the other hand, there might be a lot of other features that can actually positively surprise you. Let's dive into it. Let's start with the unboxing. Clean, compact, very nothing-like. And yes, if you're in India, you're actually going to get a charger inside the box. Carol Pei said that it's to prevent people from using sketchy knockoffs. A good call, and apparently I am in a different region, so no charger for me. But hey, we do have sketchy knockoff chargers in Europe as well. First impressions? It doesn't feel that premium, but it doesn't feel cheap either. It is light, grippy, and has personality. The backplate design is a refreshing touch in the sea of glass slabs. Once again, the Nothing theme has made it all so fun, with ability to use some extras, such as lanyard and swappable lenses adding effects such as macro and fish eye. Speaking of which, the camera. This is where expectations and reality part ways. Most people would agree it's good enough, but it's not pixel leveled, and that's fair. Daylight shots are sharp, dynamic range is fine, casual photos look great, but step into low light and things kinda crumble. For the sake of having proper comparisons, I've tried GCam and wow, that made a noticeable difference in some of the shots. Sharper textures, better contrast, a bit more details in some conditions, so while it's no photography king, it's solid for daily use, especially with a little help. Nighttime videos and photos are rather fine. On the good side, tends to look better with GCam, and you can see a mixture between the native camera app and comparison to shots of the same scenes taken with GCam, with the winner being quite obvious. Funny enough, CMF Phone 2 Pro seems to focus more on exciting features and rather enthusiastic level implementations as opposed to truly professional features, because from a model labeled as a Pro, I would expect a log mode for videos, maybe 24 frames per second recording option and similar. I guess there's still a long way in order to catch up with some rivals. Yet, if the last 10 seconds sounded like something that you're not too familiar with, then I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy the overall camera experience. When it comes to the performance, there's a catch. CMF didn't upgrade much under the hood of Phone 2 Pro, but do most people care? The phone opens apps quickly, handles social media, emails, browsing, all is fine. Even light gaming is okay. Actually, Call of Duty Mobile runs decently, just don't expect buttery smooth frame rates in some occasions. PUBG Mobile is supposed to run 120 frames per second, and this is quite an achievement. Benchmarks won't really boost your confidence, however, and yet I feel that many smartphones remain unoptimized even after years of updates, so having CMF giving the Dimensity 7300 another go, this time with slight modification, makes perfect sense at this price point and actually is something I enjoyed a lot. If you need even snappier experience without having to spend more money, then you may want to go to the developer options and reduce the animations to 0.5. Makes wonders with the interface responsiveness. As for the performance sweet spot summary, well, it gets the job done and doesn't get in your way. A quick check on the tech specs feels quite boring though, maybe for some people who are following smartphone trends lately, even a little alarming, because inside we have the MediaTek Dimensity 7300 Pro, kind of fast enough but not much of an upgrade, 8GB of RAM with up to 256GB of storage, a 5000 mAh battery, 120Hz AMOLED display, 50 megapixel main camera, 33-watt fast charging, there's a single mono speaker, IP54 waterproof rating, and the software, the magic of Nothing OS. So the specs are the underwhelming part here, because there's nothing too interesting I can talk about, maybe with exception for this third camera, which is a telephoto camera, and not that it is spectacular in any way or form, it's just unusual at this price point, and actually overall performs a lot better than expected. The rest is just alright. Quite obvious, the CMF are not going to revive the audio jack, but at least we have a micro SD slot, meaning that you can expand your storage a little bit. I'm not too happy with the fact that we have just 8 GB of RAM. Probably an option with 12 would have been even better, but if there is one feature I want to point out that makes the phone stand out, definitely the display. This screen might be one of the phone's best features. 120Hz AMOLED, symmetrical bezels, decent brightness. I've seen a lot of people consistently saying that it feels more polished than the specs suggest. It is not the brightest or the most color accurate, but it's responsive and looks clean, and honestly, at this price, well done, CMF. As for the battery life, we have 5000 mAh to count on with 33-watt charging. What else do you want? Well, of course, a lot more, such as faster charging, an in-box adapter for most regions, wireless charging maybe, and of course the last three are rather in the dream section at this budget point. Most people report a day and a half of solid use, no overheating, no software weirdness draining your battery. What I noticed is how good the nothing optimization is about standby. It can last for many days, even if your SIM card is inside and is active. So I feel that the Phone Pro 2 is rather on the good side when it comes to battery endurance. If we analyze the connectivity and the security, no red flags here. 5G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, they're all rock solid. The in-display fingerprint sensor is reasonably fast. Face unlock, yes, and it's even snappy. There's a very basic IP rating, but actually CMF promised that it's going to survive underwater for up to 20 minutes. That's decent. Let's talk about software now. Nothing OS, and it's very light and clean and smooth, mostly bug-free, no annoying ads, no bloatware. One of the best parts of the phone, hands down. Very unique experience if you stick to the default theme, but of course you have your way back to the stock-ish Android feeling. If you like geeky stuff, you're about to love the whole thing. Fonts, textures, transitions, icons, customized apps, absolutely lovely. And the ringtones, I love them. That being said, update frequency is a bit of a concern. Pixels still win here, but for the price point, CMF's take on Android is a treat. Now, sounds like I'm overly happy with the Phone 2 Pro, but now it's important to keep on being honest and list the drawbacks. The mono speaker? I still can't forgive that. The cameras are good, they're not impressive though. The basic IP54 water resistance rating, there is no wireless charging, and the Pro branding, I guess, totally meaningless. In the end, I think mission is accomplished because this is a very nice and cool smartphone to use, and by no means a pro smartphone, but who cares, because it delivers exactly these points where it matters. Excellent battery life, a very, very good looking display, and my favorite kind of Android experience, very close to stock, but with some tiny but super helpful refinements. And if I have to rate the pack, superb about software, hardware is not as great, but the overall pack is way better than expected. Therefore, I think using the CMF Phone 2 Pro is going to be a delight. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below the video, where I'm also going to be responding to any sort of questions you might have in regard to this buddy or any other 2025 smartphone. And thank you very much for watching this episode. I'm Michael, the TechMishka, and because it took me a lot of time and efforts to compose all of this, I would kindly ask you to give me a like if you enjoyed the video thus far, and to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get notified about my future projects, and hopefully come back for more in the next few days in order to see more cool tech inspections. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon.